Mhm.
Oh, you can see my whole screen. Let me change that to show just my window that's active. Uh, this never works out like you think it's going to. Okay. So, um, I'm going to start by thanking you. My plan is, um, my plan is to show you one slide. Oh, it's going automatically to show you one slide per minute of each of the, or one, I'm going to show you each of the slides from the 15 years, but I want to start with a thank you to SCASA, who's played an enormous role in the development of DataFest. I'll tell a little bit about what DataFest is in case you don't know, or a little bit about the origins of that as well. I do want to thank some special SCASA members who really played a big role. Uh, it's going to go, I'm trying to take control of this in a weird way, but Linda's my colleague who's helped establish it. Jo is at Pomona College. She was the very first faculty who brought in outside students and helped us get a venue. Rodney, he was one of the very first to take it to outside of UCLA. Madeline, you are the spirit of Data Fest by bringing students in and nurturing them, and students who often don't think that don't have the confidence, as we were talking about at our break, and you bring them in and give them that confidence. So with that, I'll just get going and let the slides play their way out as they're going a little faster than I had set them for. That first slide was our very first Data Fest, which was at UCLA. Um, it was with the LAPD. People always ask like how it started, and at the time and still in stats education, the key word was real data. Give the students real data. But real data is air quotes just because it was so hard and still is so hard to get real data. So one thought was to spend a lot of effort, like a whole year, getting one great data set and putting it in front of the students. There was also a lot in the news at the time about the Haitian earthquake, and um, I was listening on NPR to a report about how hackathons were coming out to, over the weekend, quickly come up with apps that could help rescue work and restoration work around the Haitian earthquakes. And I thought, that sort of intense activity over a short period of time can bear a lot of fruit. Our students never do anything until the last minute anyways, so why not really take advantage of that short, condensed activity sort of weekend and help people solve their problems? So the LAPD was our first data donor who gave us that. And after that, we just started to grow. That first year, we had 30 students. We had more volunteers than we had students. And it rapidly grew after that. And thanks like to Joe Harden, who brought in some Pomona College students. And then our own students started, enrollment started to grow. And we made a big part of it to include students from other universities from nearby, as particular UC Riverside and Pomona College and Cal State Fullerton and Cal State Long Beach and San Luis Obispo have all participated, and others too. Um, ASA adopted us, I think, in 2017. And with that, we really started to grow nationally. I had help with Mina Shetankaya Rundle. She was a graduate student at the very first Data Fest, and then she got a job at Duke, and she took Data Fest to Duke, and we started to work together to provide it nationally. So as of last year, there were 60 sites around the country that did the ASA Data Fest, all using the same data set and the same general structure. So, I still think, it's something I never expected, really. Um, what role has SCASA played? What are the contributions? Well, they've been many. I mean, we're about to hear about the workshop, the applied workshop. For me, when I joined SCASA in 1994, I was assigned to the applied workshop, and it was a great experience. It welcomed me into the community, and it kind of, brought me into as a professional. And DataFest is meant to serve that same role for younger people, undergraduates. And SCASA has continued to do that through coming to the event as mentors and helping out student teams. helping them get unstuck, giving them career advice informally. All those sorts of things have really, SCASA has created a really strong local community that has helped us with that. Um, so if you want to join as a mentor, please do. That's always available. One of these slides at the end gives us the date that it's going to be May 1st as the next SCASA. I think the other way that SCASA members have helped is by serving as judges. Um, we have about 70 teams presenting every year. They each present for 5 minutes, and we need a lot of judges to go through those many presentations and help us rank them and give awards. And so that's another thing. And of course, if you're sitting on a large data set and you think would be useful and interesting for these students, I would love to hear about it and see if we can get it in front of all these. I think I'm estimating last year we had about 5,000 students participating nationally. We have about 380 at UCLA, and we get about 500 applicants. So there's more demand than we have space or time to be able to fill. So I think that's all thanks to SCASA and their wonderful patronage you've given us over the years. So I want to thank you all for your support and for helping what started out as a small local event grow into a big national happening. So thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Rob. I know you're looking for sites, new sites around here too.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the demand is outstripping the supply. And so if anyone is interested in organizing another site, as Rodney did, when he left Southern California, Arizona, I think Rodney, you may be the first, maybe the second non-academic person not at a university who got a site, an effective site up and running and has been running strong ever since. So thank you for that.
Very nice, very commendable. Okay, so our next batch would be Harold, you, and Eric talking about 40, is it 44 years of applied statistics workshop? Well, I'll let you take over.
I see the list that you helped create. 1982, I think, was the first one. So that's quite some time. And tried to share here. So at some point, when I retired, I gave boxes of SCASA material to Olga, and I thank Olga for putting together this website in SCASA that shows the listing of all the applied statistics workshops. And I won't go through every one, but what you can see is just how many of them were cutting edge at the time. Tufte, for example. Alan Agresti, Roderick Lizzle. So they're just really amazing to look at the history. I'll let you read them on your own. I think we had some of them more than once come, and in some cases that we would, as part of the organizing committee, we would have dinner with them afterwards and get to talk to them. Trevor Hasty, Wayne Nelson, Paul Switzer. So I remember many of these people being able to talk to them. Frank Harrell, I think, is at least twice. Is that right, Madeline? So take a look at that list. And again, I want to thank Olga for putting it together. Do you want to talk about any of these specific ones? Anyway, some of them were memorable to me.
It would be very interesting to who started it, everything. Was it Arnie and Bob? That was my.
Yeah, I think Bob was. I'm not sure Arnie, probably too, but I think the emphasis was they needed to raise money, and they wanted to put this together. And at some point, we had enough money; it was no longer needed to be a money maker. In fact, I can remember one of the SCASA kickoffs where Bob stood up and said, we need to raise our dues from $10 to $12. And so we may be one of the more expensive. And at the time, we were spending most of our dues money on putting out the newsletter, right? The paper, the printing, the labels, and postage. And it was a joint effort. Some of you may remember Rita Peterson, that we would get together at UCI in an office and fold things and put labels on and take it over to the post office. It was quite an effort to do that. And to move it onto the electronic version, which I had some effort at that, and I thank Olga again for excellent job doing that, getting the
Oh,
e-newsletter.
yeah, I will talk a little bit today about it. So, yeah.
And many people were involved. So what I'd like to do, I did pick out a few pictures here. And
Before you do that, the first talk, were you involved?
oh no, I came in '89, and I wasn't involved in the applied statistics workshop right away.
Okay.
And so I can remember, some of these 1890. In fact, you think of SCASA as being a strong community. It's a friends, but family as well. It's a home. I came to these kickoffs in Claremont. I wouldn't be living here in Claremont had I not discovered Claremont through the SCASA kickoff. So it's just, Claremont has this wonderful, the colleges, not so many palm trees, and looked like a Midwest college town to me. Other people say Eastern. Yeah, I came in about, I remember helping to organize when ASA or JSM came to Anaheim, and Bob and I got together. We went out to get the software started for finding restaurants. So that was kind of fun. Other questions, please break in. Show you my pictures here. So here's a get together we had with Bob Rodriguez. This was at the Newport restaurant in Tustin. And Newport, some of you may know, it's Newport 17, I believe, was a antique French airplane, and people from the nearby Marine base would come to this restaurant. And Bob had served in the Navy with the owner of that restaurant. So that was something.
Can you make it larger? Can you make pictures larger?
Oh, I see a large screen. Okay, I can try. Not sure. What do you see? Do you see not?
It's just a small like icons. Maybe
Each
share the entire
person, you can
screen.
use the Zoom and make it larger and then use your mouse to scroll back and forth.
Does that do anything?
Yeah, that's good. Uh-huh.
Okay. So this was at UCLA when UCI won the national championship, and Bob was quite excited about that. And there's the trophy being awarded to UCI at UCLA. This is a DataFest from at Chapman University. There's Rob giving the presentation there. And this is a poster session that we had. Do you remember what year that was, Morgan?
It was at UCI.
This one was at Pasadena, I think.
What's in Pasadena? I think it was UCI because I made those the thingies.
And students, what we do this for the students and learning to be mentors, learning to be inclusive.
Oh yeah, that was Pasadena. Yeah. Uh-huh.
For many years, I was the ESA rep for SCASA. And this is JSM Denver, looking out of my hotel room. And a lot of friendships, a lot of memories that you guys are bringing back. Here we are. Here's Madeline. We're putting together books to mail out to the winners, people
That's for ISIF.
ISIF, right? ISIF. So one year I went to, there's a stack of books. We mailed them all. And one year I went to Atlanta to represent us there at an ISIF. That was immediately after COVID. And so that's what I had to say here. But a lot of friendship, Arnie, Janet, Myrie, Dan, Chesky, Olga, Madeline, Andy, Davis, Rob Gould, Joyce, Rita Peterson, Phil Good. Anybody remember Phil Good? Kabir, Anita Iannici, I remember put together the 25th anniversary, and that was one of the most attended of the applied statistics workshops. That was at UCLA. And then, of course, many years of working with Andy Davis at City of Hope. So many, many memories, many, many friends. It really has felt like a home for me. So thank you, SCASA.
I have a comment. Rob commented on that getting involved in organizing the workshops brought him into the profession. But I remember Eric saying, as a student attending the workshops, that it brought him in, and he's now, I think he's president-elect. So the role of the workshop maybe originally was a fundraiser, but it's actually sort of maybe think of it as a mother hen for bringing in the students and young faculty. That whoever started it in 1982. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Harold. It's also Eric said that he had to head out because he was scheduled to talk. Because he's just like the successor now, right? He's in charge of the applied statistics workshop, and he just left a note that we're like wide open for suggestions for the speaker and location, and for the next year. Okay, wonderful. Next would be me and Rodney. Rodney, you want to talk first, or if you want, I can start. Put like there will be a gap, which you feel,
Yeah,
okay?
you should go first. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's do it this way because we're going to look at historical perspective. Okay, so we're talking about newsletters in historical perspective. So give me a second. So I'll share the screen. I will open what I'm doing. I'm opening our website. Our website is actually a good place to go to find answers, and I just do it with one click. So the SCASA website is community.amstrad.org/SCASA/home, and it has a lot of really good stuff. And like real quick, so before I talk about newsletters, very quickly, archives. Archives is where I saw some people were getting information from. I keep it updated, including today's already there. You can see that. So it's really up to date. And if you just scroll back and just year after year, all by little crumbs I was putting together from all sources, who, when, where, presenting. Some still are missing, some information from newsletters, from emails, from everything. And then I was going back and back and back and like longer back and everything. So the rest I was getting from either JASA or LA Times, everything, like, because I love digging, like Jessica said, and history is absolutely fascinating. Like, you don't know where you're gonna find when you're like looking. So so I was going back. I believe I had to pay some money, and I had access, like 24-hour access to LA Times. So that's how I was going, anyway, so and it's still being populated because I see more sources and I just add to it. So it's really cool stuff. And then just give me 1 second. So this is, okay, sorry, that was website. One more time, I'm gonna log in. Community here, I'm starting. And so we have a tab for newsletters. And just yesterday, I added more stuff. So these are my archives, but going back, we have newsletters they're called the Southern California Statistician, and that's newsletters everyone was talking about today. This is what I have. I kind of populated it yesterday. I have paper versions of all of that right here. It takes a lot of time to scan. I have to do it properly because it's all typewriter kind of on a paper, like looking like this. So it's like the phone, you cannot scan it on a phone in a PDF file because it doesn't recognize that type setting. So I have to just scan it properly, and some are non-standard paper, a lot of creases and stuff. So it's difficult. So I did like a few, so just to show you. So the oldest I have, and silverfish had been added, eating that stuff. So I really want to digitize it all. But so this is the oldest I have, 1977. But you can see that it is actually volume 14, number 2. So I mean, it assumes that, somebody had been doing it. And I don't know if Bob had been doing it since 1963.
Well, he had a hand in it. I don't know whether he actually did
Yeah, but so
Rita Peterson also.
yeah, so it was just easy. It was one page, but usually they're like double page, and the latest like multiple pages. But you can see a lot, and I will digitize. I'll need like a lot of hours, but I will digitize it all, and it all will be available. So we need to preserve those memories. And I also scanned a few more that was like relatively easy to scan, because it has also been done in a proper way. I had to like redo it multiple times to get it right. So like May, so it's volume, you see it's volume 22, and then the same year, volume 23. So I don't know how it was divided in volumes, but and I think there's not gaps really. They're not meant to be monthly. So I will get like in a different format later once I figure it all out. I see which ones I'm missing and everything. But this is all thanks to Harold. Harold gave me like 5 boxes of this stuff, of the paper versions of everything. So I treasure it. I have actually a volume of some statistical journal published in 1875. So this is the oldest, kind of the most valuable. Anyway, so these are the old, well, it's actually very interesting stuff to look at when it's all done. And this is what we were talking about. Also, Ken Resser gave me a few. He mailed them to me. And they were not duplicates. They were like, not all of them were duplicates. So I got additional ones. So I guess that was his. I had to take his email address off, but that's what, and it used to be 22 cents, the stamp. Okay, so anyways, that's all fascinating. And then, so it all kind of ended in 2002. That's when Rodney took over. So Rodney, you will talk about that part. And then when Rodney, you moved to like Shanghai or something. And then I jumped at the idea of, okay, let me continue with the newsletter. And I was doing my newsletters, monthly newsletters, since November of 2012, every month except 2 months are repeated here. So it is 12 years, 12 times 12, 144. So the next issue will be number 144. I did skip 2020. I needed a break, and it was COVID, and I needed a break. And I remember Dan saying like, hey, where are your newsletters? I said, I need a break. But I am kind of back, got my sleep, and I'm like more energetic than ever before. And I see the need for it, and it keeps us going, organized, and it's really good. And you also can see that it's from like pretty plain. The first one was reasonably plain, kind of format, like the template and everything. But the latest are like more sophisticated. So that's important. It's not letting me go back, sorry. So it's right here. Yeah, so the most recent one is, I was trying to do like 3D backgrounds and this and that, and making it more sophisticated. And anyway, so that's that. And this is you all subscribed, you all received that anyway. So that's that. Okay, that's my part. Okay, Rodney, you talk.
Okay, I'll share my screen now. Oops. See, do you see my screen, the newsletter?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, good.
Okay, yeah, like Olga said, around 2002, I think there's a period where I kind of electronically perhaps reshared the paper newsletter items and maybe put out special bulletins or something. But at some point, and I don't have the exact date, we switched over from the expensive, time-consuming thing that the Herald brought up of printing the newsletter, mailing out, to just fully electronic. Okay, and so Olga says, yeah, she's doing simple, basic stuff, but no, basic is more like what I did, like this. This was 2 pages of a 2-page view of one of the early newsletters that I did, electronic newsletters where, well, it's just basic type, man. Okay, so that's how it started. And, part of it was to save money. That helped because it gave me ideas like, well, let's see, we can save money, but also maybe we can use this to maybe this new media to make money somehow. And so let's see, I don't know how it was done before exactly, but I started sending out solicitations for sponsorships of our SCASA events, like the Career Day or the Applied Statistics Workshop. Maybe didn't really need it, but I tried it and say, yeah, you sponsor, and maybe you can get some free ads, job ads, or other ways to communicate with our membership. Just because you're a sponsor. And so on the right-hand side, there's this letter that at first I thought, oh, it's a nice thank you letter. And then I read the rest of it and said, oh, I was reminding them to pay the sponsorship fee because, we haven't gotten the check yet. But anyway, that was Salford Systems. So, that worked for a while. And then I got a kind of a history of, let's see, in Yahoo, I said, well, how many SCASA employment news articles did I send out? Because I was also charging for those. And I think I was charging about $100 to do an ad. And so in 2007, that was a very busy year. I had something like a dozen mailings for job postings from mostly Southern California, mostly. But then it just dropped precipitously by the next year. And so I guess that was kind of the end of that because maybe everyone else was catching up to this new way of doing things. And then I had to leave, and well, that's where Olga kind of picked up. And I'm glad to see that it went into someone who could modernize the thing and really get it going much more professionally. Okay, actually, that's all I had to do because I thought I'm going to hand back to you, Olga, if you have more to
No,
say.
yeah, I want to shout out to Rodney because in those interim years, Rodney was actually you're paying for our website before ASA gave us the platform. So you were basically paying for the website that we had. And yeah, and just keeping us all together with the newsletters. They were in email, yes, and that's what I originally wanted. I also wanted to have like email, like just in email. You know, sometimes you get like that nice newsletter in emails. That's what I wanted to do, but then I think it was logistically difficult. So I ended up doing what I'm doing with a normal Curvosaurus entertaining us for 13 years. Yeah, no, it's all good. It's really, really nice. And Rodney, thank you so much because this is like you were my like the teacher, I would say, in this respect.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, we are kind of behind the schedule slightly. 5-minute break if needed. That's what is. We can take a break or we can talk. Let's reconvene in 3 minutes. And that's when, Rebecca, you will talk next. We can chat a little bit if you want. Rodney, I wanted to ask you real quick. You're still active at Arizona chapter, right? Okay, good. You're my
Yes.
anchor. You will be my anchor then in Arizona chapter. Oh, you introduce me to people because I
Oh,
will.
that's right. You're district chair.
No, because you,
Vice
yeah,
chair.
I'm District 6. Yeah, I need to connect to people, and I was always thinking that you're my go-to person in Arizona chapter. Okay, good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We're yeah. I'm trying to keep it going. It's hard. It's
That's the yeah, but it's so good. It's actually interesting that District 6 has 15 chapters, and I thought that there are at least like 50 chapters at ASA, but they turn out to be 30. So basically, I have half of them.
oh
Yeah,
wow. Oh,
a lot of
whoa.
chapters are dissolved, and I don't even know. I think it's my job to bring them back. So I am really hopeful.
Yeah, it's really hard, especially post-COVID. But yeah,
Yeah,
even before, I mean, getting participation was challenging. Yeah, and one thing that my predecessor here had started doing is basically recruiting graduate students to run the chapter. Which short term was kind of good. Like, well, he has students. He just said, "Hey, you do this," But then hardly any of them come back, or stay after they graduate, and continue to. So I basically saw it when I became president a few years ago to try to get at least the professors, interested. And right now, that's what I've got. I made an industry contact just recently. I'm hoping I can push that person to, hey, maybe we can work together, and the chapter and your company.
Yes, we will be working together. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'll be glad to get any support you have from the national side. And yeah. Hey, Harold, it's great to hear you talk about and reminisce. And Rob, of course, your DataFest. It's what this chapter's been about since I've been leading it. It's like, hey, we're the DataFest chapter. At the least, we'll do this. That's held us together to give us something to do every year that at least the schools, all 3 universities are trying to do. And I say 3. There's only 3, public schools in Arizona.
Okay, I'll try to keep everyone on track. We're only 5 minutes behind the schedule. So I've been doing good so far. So Rebecca, you talking next, and you talk about that regional data visualization poster contest.
Yes, hello everyone. Let me share my screen. So I borrow my my friend's laptop, so show Lana when I don't know how to change the name in her laptop. So you all see my screen. Let me maximize it.
Rebecca, I'll change your name right now. I can do it.
Thank you. So I'm not sure how to maximize the screen.
X out on the left where it says all tools.
I've added.
Right
Because when I was in Zoom, then it's like it hide that option.
Right below that where you were, there's an X.
Share again, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I have trouble to using my my friend laptop to maximize the screen. So Olga, do you have my slide you want to share?
I have your slides. I mean, if you
Yeah,
want.
I think it better. Yeah, thank you.
I need a second.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
It's a PDF format. That's why it's oh no. No, it's not. It's it's not.
And let me see.
No,
Let me see
you
what.
do it on your end because it's just not. It's annoying.
Okay, let me. How do I maximize it? Data
Okay, so let
agent.
me try. Let me try. Okay, let me try. Just give a second. Okay, I am sharing just that. And I will try to make it. Okay, am I sharing it?
Yes.
Okay, so here it is. Rebecca, you talk.
Okay. Thank you, Olga. So hello everyone and then thanks for attending to the chapter annual kickoff meeting to celebrate our 100 years of services. So that's a big moment for us. Can you as you see, Harold and then another former president already shows many valuable memories about SCASA activities for so many years. Now I will focus more in the one of our activity, which is the poster competition. Basically, SCASA has organized the poster competition for AP statistics students around April and May, and that idea also initiated by Rodney Lee. So, Olga, you say Rodney, your teacher is my teacher as well. Then I'll tell you why. So throughout this competition, students for several years, they required to submit the abstract through our website, and we judge their poster content, visualization, and presentation skills on the competition day. And the number of entries has varied from 35 to 75, depending on the day we chose, either after or before the AP statistics exam. So the picture I have at the bottom is like the one show the view on the interview day of Cedar Pope in 2010. Can you go to to next slide, please? Thank you. So basically during the COVID year, we worked really hard to strengthen the ties to our community. Then starting from 2021, we became one of our 10 chapters throughout the whole country, organizing the regional data visualization poster competition. So I list here the chapters. They actually have the event, like they host the regional data visualization poster competition organized by ASA. And then the idea of having the online competition is come from Rodney. I'm not sure you remember that competition, but when we met in ISEP, so I asked what we could to do in order to reach out to more students for local school or something. You told me think about online version, but you didn't mention about regional competition. But it made me think about this. And then the regional competition available for several years already, like from 1990 from ASA, but we're not aware of that. So having this, we try to promote our local poster competition winners to national level and also strengthen their data analysis communication skills by telling the story from data visualization, not like we type so many text or something. So the poster basically stand alone information, and then they can tell us what's happening with the data. Can you go to the next slide, please? Thank you. So what we did, like, thanks so much for leadership STEM. And then we worked hard for several years and we worked together to make it work, to make it happen. The history of that is like, the first time we have it in 2021, we have only one entry. And that entry got the first prize because we have no choice. But then we keep going, we don't give up. So in 2022, we have 14 entries. And 2023, the big achievement comic, our first place winner received a second place at the national level. You know how many students from the whole country apply for this. And 2024, we don't have any striking successful, but 2025, 3 of our 5 winners received the first place and 2 honorable mention at the national level. So that's a big thing for us. And then that promotes a SCASA name among the, at the national level. So we very happy with that work, and then we keep doing that to make it better. So thank you very much for coming to us and then support us on our service to the community. Thank you.
Good stuff.
The next slide, Olga. So this is the view of the poster. The winning poster got the first prize this year at ASA level. Very nice poster.
At the ASA level, okay.
Yes.
Oh, it was our, or it wasn't?
It's our. That's our. That's our second place winner.
Don't we have the author of it present today? No.
Actually, ASA prize is always delayed like about few months. So what I heard, like students still communicate back and forth. Sometime like into 2023, about October, November, they still asking for the address or something like that. I haven't heard anything about it. I'm not sure they received the prize or not.
I know that one of the authors of this is present today. I mean, we actually create those repos. We actually create those repos, and people are
really. I want to see the students.
Yes, high school students are joining SCASA, become members just because they got participate.
We have a story about behind this poster. So one of student, she sent email. I'm not sure he asked me, oh, can I know about what the criteria, how you rate the poster or something, and then say, oh, I work hard to whatever we work together and find a lot of things. So we say the top 2 poster very much to us similar. At a similar level of excellent presentation and the work and the solution you put in the poster. It's just like sometimes we put high score on these categories, low score, and we take average score, and then the score between the first place winner in our level and the second place winner only different by 1 point. And then the second place,
exactly, they're all excellent.
Yeah, they're all excellent. Yeah, and 1 point mean nothing. Yeah. So the second place winner got the first prize at ASA level.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent work.
Yeah, our first prize got honorable mention at the national.
Yeah.
But our second place got first place national.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But the difference is like hundreds of a point. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we choose a good group. Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. That was the last slide.
Thank you. Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
Very good. for sharing. And Anna, you're next. Haha.
Oh, great. Thank you. All right.
You're muted.
Oh, thank you. Can you see my slides?
Yes, very good.
Okay, great. So nice to be here with you. It's a really wonderful and a huge privilege to be able to celebrate the 100th anniversary as what I believe is the first locally founded chapter, as has been provided historic evidence by Olga, and also so much other information presented here. Let's see. So we got to celebrate a little bit in Pasadena with many of Olga's students, as well as some other statistics students recently during our ASA traveling course on statistical therapy, which is not an evidence-based form of psychotherapy, but I'll get to that in a little bit. I want to give a particular thanks to President Alex Chong Yu for his leadership this year, and to also Dr. Olga for her leadership and her constant mentorship. They were two of my first mentors in statistics. It's also so great to see so many familiar faces on this call. I've really enjoyed working with Rebecca, Wayne, Madeline, Sastry, Eric, Harold, Daniel, Neil. So it's just really nice to see you guys all here. I was particularly moved when I saw the presentation by Bob Rodriguez on the 2017 APU gathering. But that's another long story, so I won't get into that. It's also really encouraging and exciting to see students or not current students, but ones who have done excellent student work with us, like Lori Nam, who are taking the time out of their day on this Saturday to be with us today, who has been recognized for his excellent work in statistics and has helped make one of our most recent traveling courses so engaging. So the idea of statistical therapy, it kind of started as a joke. And so I prepared a little video about it. And so what is statistics therapy? The idea of statistical therapy started out somewhat as a joke in one of my university psychology courses, in which students studied not only established and evidence-based psychological treatments, but also explored and brainstormed complementary and alternative ways to navigate mental health challenges. The idea gained unexpected traction, and so I began to more seriously consider what might happen, if anything, when we add statistics-based discussions to everyday conversations about mental health? Out of curiosity, I decided to explore this question informally in parks, cafes, and public squares in Paris, Florence, London, and Los Angeles. The question was never investigated in formal psychotherapy settings. Rather, pilot data was collected during semi-structured conversations in which people were asked to share about their feelings, prompted by a chart which included 16 emotions selected from the James Circumplex model of affect. That model displays feelings categorized both by pleasantness as well as by arousal levels. As for the highly preliminary results from what ended up being a very adventurous, convenient sample size, they provide support for the inclusion of statistics-based conversations within mental health conversations. This finding is based on higher positive mood shifts and higher decreases in high arousal emotions in a group that participated in facilitated mental health conversations with the addition of statistics-based discussions in comparison with a non-randomized group, which was only invited to participate in standard conversations about mental health.
This hints at something exciting. Statistics and numbers, far from being cold and clinical, can enrich mental health spaces, offering new ways to make sense of complex feelings. If you're interested in learning more or participating in this research, please reach out. Grazie mille, merci beaucoup, and thank you so much for your time.
So these questions about whether or not statistical tools or philosophies could actually be applied within clinical settings. Oh, thank you, Ian. It was really cool to have the opportunity to be able to explore this in some of in a groundbreaking television program on statistical quote therapy, which was made possible.
What is
Which was made possible through the support of multidisciplinary experts and students, sponsors, and the American Statistical Association. Public interest in these subjects motivated after the show, which took place in January of 2025, a pilot study on the use of statistical tools and philosophies in real mental health settings, both internationally as well as locally. So here is something that many of the attendees in this meeting were at. And if we ever do have an upcoming show on this, then I hope to see many more of you there. This is a public access channel. And so the show was called Statistical Therapy, the Game Show.
For many years, statistics have been used in the assessment and evaluation of therapy. On today's show, we explore the novel and controversial.
Sorry, Olga?
Share the screen.
Oh, sorry about that. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, great.
For many years, statistics have been used in the assessment and evaluation of therapy. On today's game show,
Oh, by the way, just so you guys know, this is a rough edit of an upcoming show that's going to be aired. So it's not the full edit. So you're just getting a behind the scenes preview. So stay tuned for the full edits. And horizontal is always great. Oh, apologies.
For many years, statistics have been used in the assessment and evaluation of therapy. On today's game show, we explore the novel and controversial idea of statistical tools and philosophies being used as part of treatments. Our teams and judging panel come from a wide range of professions, none of which are in psychotherapy. The selection of contestants and judges represents the diversity of opinions and the subjectivity of perspectives inherent within the developing international fields of psychiatry and psychology. Since no real patients were involved, no one on the show was a psychotherapist, and since statistical therapy consulting is not yet an established mental health treatment, this event certainly put the game into the term game show.
In all years of clinician, statistical therapy never really came up as a source of therapy or a source of treatment.
Statistical quote therapy is currently an experimental approach that is still in the process of being looked at empirically. So for anyone who wants to try it on their own, you're welcome to, but be prepared for constant arguments and occasional spaghetti throwing matches with people who might call you crazy. On the show, contestants are presented with a list of statistical tools and philosophies which they're invited to use to respond to mental health case presentations on subjects such as stress management, anxiety reduction, and avoidance of burnout.
One of the things that's so clearly illustrated in this game is the way that statistical thinking interacts with so many areas. In particular, today, we're thinking about it from a psychological and mental health standpoint.
At the end of the competition, all contestants received awards and shared personal reflections on intersections of statistics and psychology and the names of causes that they plan to support through their award winnings.
Doctors Without Borders, having been in the healthcare field and working out in the field internationally, I see the amount of work they do. And definitely in this climate we have today, healthcare is really important.
Congratulations on this game show. And again, congratulations to the Southern California chapter for being the first ASA chapter to hit its 100th birthday.
Take away.
So Anna, when is it gonna air in Pasadena? We will all come and watch.
Well, thank you for watching that. I appreciate that. And thank you to all of you who participated, Olga, Alex, Lori. This is really helpful. Rebecca, your financial support made it possible as well. Really appreciate it. Stata pitched in, so that was really, really helpful. So I'm hoping to get it out before the end of 2025 because that way we can get it written up. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for before the end of 2025. And then just to get through this really
For many years.
So what ended up happening is because of so in case you're curious about some of the actual applications of statistical tools and philosophies within mental health settings, here are just 4 of them, but they continue to emerge, and it's really interesting and exciting to explore them. I have an open source de-identified data set that's available for analysis. Thank you so much, Rob, for sending me over the email over the terms of these are not 150 variables, but so if anybody has any excellent students who are just curious about exploring data and playing around with it, that's something that what I'm looking to do in order to finalize this show is to wrap it up with the question of not just what statistical tools and philosophies can do for the field of mental health, but ultimately, is artificial intelligence how does artificial intelligence compare to human providers, both in the fields of statistics as well as in psychology? So we had a bunch of people evaluate what's more therapeutic, the AI therapists that are providing advice to these mental health prompts that were presented on the game show, or the human support. And then we also now have an AI analysis of the data, but now we have a bunch of ethical concerns about AI-based analyses of data. So I wanted to look at student data analyses and just give them an opportunity to platform their own research and analyses that way. So if anybody knows any students who would be interested in that, that's something that I'm looking for. So I want to, out of respect for time, here are just some of the approaches that we use in statistical quote therapy, not psychotherapy, disclaimer approach. This is in my office based in Old Town, Pasadena. It's to students who were talking about the therapeutic applications of considering everything within the normal distribution and all of the qualities that we all struggle with, whether it's weight or whether it's mood or whether it's the status of our relationship or our income or where we're at in life. And then regression to the mean. I have to thank Dr. Yu for that. We talked about that a lot during my early grad school years, and it helped me to realize that considering things within that context can actually benefit my mental health greatly. And Bayesian thinking, updating beliefs as new things become possible. A lot of times we get stuck in these mental health loops and we don't update our beliefs. So, you had 5 bad relationships in the past, so you start hating men, you can't do that. You have to start updating your beliefs. And so it's interesting because it's like a shift in perspective. And when you tell people, look, this is based in statistics, then sometimes people can take it a little bit less personally because you're not saying this is a psychotherapeutic approach. You're just saying this is a statistics-based approach.
Hello, and thank you so much.
So I don't think there's time to talk about the analysis of the data, but this is the preliminary analysis of the which was really interesting to me, but the sample size has actually significantly increased since this past analysis. And so again, if new students want to analyze this data, they're more than welcome to, and I'd love to see the transformation of the data as it comes in. And I'd like to really thank all of you who took the time to listen to this presentation. And really, I want to give great thanks to the people who made this presentation possible. Let's see. Steve, would you mind taking a photo of this? Because this is important to highlight the sponsorships and the support of those. Thank you so much. Yeah. Steve is my husband. He's
How's that?
yeah, it's
Steve is always behind the logistics of everything.
yeah.
Important person for SCASA.
Yeah, we need to recruit him. Okay, and here are some references. Okay, so I think
And Anna, you didn't mention that you were the instructor of the ISA traveling course this year too. I mean,
oh yes, the ASA traveling course. It was really helpful, engaging interest among students on the use of statistics and AI in mental health settings. It's really controversial right now, you know, and a lot of it is politicized as well. You know, people feel that they have an ownership to certain fields. This is how things should be done. But AI is helping out tremendously in mental health settings. I see it in my private practice. I see it in public health. I see it in, you know, individual mental health, but then there are also dangers and limitations. And so then you have the trailblazers who are like going forward and they're saying, okay, we need to carry the torch. And then you have the fear mongers who are saying, no, this is something to fear. And then you have the people who are drawing the balance in between. And so it's just a really exciting thing to explore. And so it was such a privilege to be able to have a traveling course here. And I'm so grateful, Rebecca, Olga, Lori, all of those of you who attended at the local chapter. And then we also went to the Alabama, Mississippi chapter. And that was a fantastic chapter. Their engagement was wonderful. They were really just hospitable. And so if anybody has not visited the Alabama, Mississippi chapter of the ASA, I would highly encourage it. Their hospitality was incredibly warm and their student engagement was strong. And so it was very encouraging to see what was happening.
Wonderful. Anna, I just wanted to mention very, very quickly that we've tried this first year, the game show, but the idea is so great that we should continue with that, maybe in some form, but having some kind of a game show where statistics is involved in like everyday's life. It's a great idea, kind of. So we're sitting on it, kind of thinking about it. Lori, I just also wanted, I'm sorry, Anna, thank you so much. Lori, because you are the winner of the poster. So which place did you get with us and which place did you get at the national level?
I got 5th place for the SCASA one and then honorable mention for the national one. Thank you.
And Lori now is part of every single event for SCASA. See, that's really nice. So on the topic of AI, Anna, it's a seamless transition to our next speaker. Alex, you have your slides ready?
Okay, yeah, just a moment. Let me share my slide and my
We're
slide.
a little bit behind the schedule. That's why I have to hurry people up, kind of.
Okay, yeah, okay, no problem. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, and my slide should be here. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, You
Okay, I
might have to
promise.
make it on, make it
Yeah,
a
okay,
slideshow.
let me go to the presenter mode. So now you should see the full screen, right?
Yes, and you have 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, okay. I promise it will be right in time. Hello, okay. My name is Chong Alex Yu. You can call me Alex or hey you. and now I'm the president of SCASA. In this presentation, I would like to talk about something important about data analysis AI. And this advancement enable us, you and me, to conduct analysis with massive data set, Now, big data is the norm. And also, we can do it with high performance computing, high speed, and we can extract insight much better than what we had before. So, embracing this technology is crucial for addressing contemporary challenge. Okay, it's what to talk and to control the mouse. Okay, yeah. Well, now we are facing new challenge. So we need new thinking. Big data and AI have disrupted the job market. You may hear about this a lot, right? Job displacement. Now, Amazon and Meta, they have massive layoff. Entry-level or mid-level position are gone. We cannot fight a modern war using World War II era weapons. So you cannot expect to get a high-paying job without upskilling yourself with modern technology and research method and data and also data procedures. So I only have like 10 minutes. I want to to be brief. I will highlight now 8 trends that require our close attention and investment, serious effort, serious investment. Number one, from coding to no code low code solution. I don't want to offend anyone, but in my experience for a long time, we have been embracing the open source movement. Oh, don't buy SaaS, just use Python, our language, and so on. So we heavily invest in programming. However, now the industry is moving away from that, from low code and low code solution. And also for a long time, we stick with the p-value, yes or no, let me go, right? But now visualization, data science, AI are all about pattern recognition. Neural network is about pattern recognition, not symbolic logic, not if A then B. And also now we are moving away from tedious manual work to AI automation. And also we are moving away from local computing to cloud computing. When you find a job, in a corporation like Google, Amazon, and so on, the norm is now you are dealing with like a data set with like 5 or 6 million records. Don't expect you can run it in your laptop. So when you have massive data set, then you can't count on Intel. Goodbye, Intel. So you know what? And I'm happy that I did not buy Intel stock. buy NVIDIA, AMD. So now the trend is, CPU is not really important. Now it's GPU and TPU. And also, as I say now, we are moving from small sample study, a sample of 50, 100, okay, forget it. Now we use big data. And also now we are moving from self-report data to behavioral data. Look at what people do, not what they say. Don't trust what I say. I'm a liar. Look at what I do. So for a long time, we have numbers as data. We call it structured data. But now we use both structured and unstructured data because now we have multimodal AI that can handle text, number, audio, video. Yeah, really, now Google can really watch YouTube video and conduct analysis. Okay, now we'll go over this, one by one. Data manipulation used to be required programming, the SQL, Python, R, SAS, and so on. But now and the bar is lower. Actually, we have user interface for a long time, drag and drop, point and click. But for some reason, people move back to typing, to programming. Now the industry say, no, you know what, we should move back to the good old tradition of GUI. So now non-programmer can do it. The main point is you want to answer the research question. You want to solve the problem, not to fight with the syntax. Okay, so now, okay, everybody can do it. And the good news is that, well, now the market is big. So it's projected that 80% of non-IT users by 2026 will utilize a low-code solution. The market is also big. By 2034, the market size for low-code solution is 82 billion. I mentioned GUI, drag and drop point and click, but today, you know, a new player come in, AI, yeah, GAI. Now you don't even need to drag your mouse or pull down menu. You can just talk. You can just say, okay, Salesforce Tableau, download the last 5 years of enrollment data, and then make a time series trend plot like this. Yeah, talking. And so now Google, Gemini, Claude, GPT, they can you know just cut down all this tedious work and so on. And I have some video, and later you can email me. Okay, I will send you the PowerPoint, and you can just click on the link to watch more information. Okay. So now AI provide coding assistant, you know, and now I do not write a new program from line one. You can go to Google Code Lab, you know, and then say, please write a program to do multi-dimensional scaling using this data, blah, blah, and so on. Then it will do it for you. So, and I don't see a problem. And just like today, I do not walk to downtown. I drive. The same idea, right? So, and also now, oh, sorry. Now, as mentioned before, data science, machine learning, all about pattern recognition, you know, and actually it starts from the Bayesian approach. They use a Bayes factor rather than a fixed alpha level p-value, rather than just, you know, you a very simplistic answer, yes or no, reject, not to reject, you know, and so on. Well, God love 0.06, okay, as much as 0.05. So, and no more p-hacking. Look at the overall trend and pattern, and that is, you know, what the machine learning has been doing. Okay, so okay, another great news is that now is automation, right? Manual data cleaning, analysis, reporting are becoming increasingly automated with the help of AI. And okay, I don't see it as cheating. So why not you just hand over all the tedious work, and then you save your time for thinking, for judgment, right? Yeah. And also AI is good at like spotting anomaly, outlier, extreme cases, and so on. Also, when you do a text mining, AI is more neutral than you. Today, you know, I heard about like AI bias. AI is less biased than human being. I have, you know, example for that. Okay, I'll talk about this later. Okay, so the next, okay, I have a few more minutes. Okay, so the next big thing is cloud computing. And now, okay, 94% of corporations use cloud computing. And also the market by 2030 will grow to 1.6 trillion. As you know, the big three is Amazon Web Service, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure. Okay, It's amazing, Okay, Amazon was a bookseller, but now it's a leader, it's a tech giant leading in cloud computing. So why do we do that? Because when you handle big data, it's so efficient to upload, download, upload, download, upload, download. Why not you have like the cloud as a platform, So you can store like 10 trillion record on the cloud. You have an array of thousands of GPU, uh, the the power is unprecedented, much better than your laptop. Okay. And I just mentioned GPU. Okay, so the cloud computing really utilize the GPU. CPU are good for general purpose, but now when you want to do a complex modeling, massive data set, and so on, then you need NVIDIA and you need GPU for deep learning. Okay, and also when you handle multimodal the data like image, text, and so on, you cannot count on CPU. For more information, please look at my video. Okay, and Google jump in. So now NVIDIA has the monopoly. Almost, and the most powerful GPU are made by Jason Wong. But Google jumped in and introduced TPU. Recently, they introduced some new model performance on a bar to NVIDIA GPU. The good news is you don't have to pay for that. When you sign in Google Code Lab, you can run your data with Google TPU for free. You don't pay a penny. Why not? So for more information, watch my video. Okay, so the big data, the big data revolution. Once again, I have problem to hear the term like AI bias, also weapon of math destruction and so on. People put so many negative label on that. Just sit back and think about that. For a long time, researchers have been doing small sample study, a sample of 40, 50, 100, 200, 500, and so on. And then we draw a conclusion. We draw scientific conclusion based on that. And we are okay. But now when we have big data, when we have AI, and we have data set count in like a million, trillion, but then we complain about bias. Okay, so now we have, in order to really use a robust, stable model, you need big data, you need like replication, and well, you know what? In psychology, we have this problem called crisis of replication. Finding based on small sample size cannot be replicated. But now you can use the ensemble method, and boosting random forest, and then you can replicate, and so on. You get much better result. Okay, so for more information, please look at my video. Yeah, and AI and big data are two separate movement. Data science, you can trace the roots to John Tukey, EDA. AI, you can trace the root to Alan Turing, and then Walter P, and so on. But later the two movement joined together. AI need big data, need machine learning is, you need a second chance to learn, right? Try and error. So that's why you need the incoming data and incoming big data. Big data also need AI, for the modeling. They are together, then you can get deeper insight and robust model. For more information, please watch my video. Okay. Okay, almost done. From cell report to behavioral data. For a long time, we use a survey, questionnaire, experiment, and so on. the problem is when you conduct experiment, how people behave in the lab will not be what they actually behave in the real world, right? Like the so-called the dictator game, sharing money. You use a survey. How often do you smoke? How often do you cheat? Oh, never, never. So actually, some years ago, this researcher wrote a book called Everybody Lie. When he looked at Google data, turned out that people do not do what they say, do not say what they do. So now we have a new approach. Rather than you ask people, how often do you read book? How often do you do that? How about, we use a sensor, we use a web traffic log and so on. We use now we have social media and so on. All of these are your behavioral data, what you do, not what you say. So this is more objective. Okay, so you know, Amazon, Netflix, and so on, and Google, they have something called a recommendator. Based on your online behavior, they recommend, they predict what you want to do next. They they show, okay, I think you like this book. I think you want this movie. Yeah, and this is quite accurate. Google, Netflix know about me more than I know myself. Yeah. And also the last thing is structured and unstructured data. We should think outside the box. Data should not be just number in a relational database, in Excel spreadsheet, and so on. Today, everything become data. Your GPS record, your so-called location data, social media posts, email, call center, and so on, YouTube video. Okay, for a long time, we are unable to handle this messy data. But today, we have tool to do that, natural language processing. Okay, I want to tell you a very quick example. Now we have end of course evaluation. There are a lot of untouched, untapped, open-ended responses from students. Okay, but once in a while, when somebody look at this data, then they have confirmation bias. When the evaluator, he want to pick on you, then he will pick the worst comment and say, you know what, you are not a good teacher. Some student complain this and that. Well, easy. I just upload all the textual data to AI. Let AI conduct the analysis. And then you know what? AI can text mining turn out be more neutral. Look at all the positive, negative comment, and we call that sentiment analysis. Indeed, industry have been using that, like airline, using sentiment analysis to get the overall big picture, not just cherry pick, to confirm the preconceived idea. Mental health, also look at the people emotional state by voice analysis. Retailer also use GPS traffic pattern, and so for more information, please look at my video. And the future is now. Resistance is futile. The world has been changing, and we have to solve new problem using new tool. You are welcome to contact me and also check, also watch more information on my YouTube channel. I stop right here. Okay.
Alex, thank you so much. Do you want to drop it in the chat, your slides?
Okay, yeah.
Because people need
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
link to your channel, to your
Yeah.
video.
Okay, let me.
And Alex, actually also on our website, because you have this newsroom tab, you post almost you send us almost every.
Hi, my name is Chong. Okay, let me post the
Alex,
PowerPoint.
also, I love your joke that around Christmas people can call you ho ho ho.
Yeah, ho ho ho. Yeah, yeah. You can call me ho ho ho.
But it's only around Christmas, which is now, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I will stop sharing, and I will let the next speaker take over,
So,
and I
yeah,
will
so
post.
sorry, yeah, Alex. So the next speaker is me, because Eric is not here. It's so basically we are actually now we're on almost on a lunch break. I just wanted to mention one thing. It's the very last thing. I'm not gonna talk, but so it basically we talked about the past, present, and now it's a little bit into the future of SCASA. It's one like next big thing that we're doing. We're part of Biostat Symposium. So that symposium started at Orange County, like Orange County, San Diego County chapters. They were doing it for like 3, 4 years, 5 years, and now there will be. So this year was the first year that they want all 3 chapters, local chapters, to be part of it. And we actually participated. It was in February of this year. We actually contributed was like quite some money. But so next year it will be on January 22nd, 23rd in Irvine by John Wayne Airport. It's now money is not a problem, so we don't need, so chapters were just as a backup in case we didn't get sponsors. So now we got sponsorship, pretty good. So we do not contribute in a monetary way anymore, which is good, which saves us money, but we do need a representation from SCASA. And just very, very quickly, the website is, because it's essentially right now is just me and Eric who participate, also Arnab, because we do have, just give me 1 second, it's right here. It's just the biostatsymposium.org, and it brings you to the website. It's Arnab is also, because we do have some biostat companies like Amgen and Johnson & Johnson and City of Hope. So we do, I've been like pretty active there on the board, a board member as a representative of SCASA. And this year I was doing posters past couple of years for students. And this year I'm the chair of academic sessions. So, I mean, it's like involvement is essential because that's, that's how things are done by involvement. And so basically we need bigger representation from SCASA, but that seems to be the right direction, basically, we're taking. And so that's all that I wanted to say. And thank you everyone for attending, participating. So we are on a lunch break where you go to your microwave and microwave your lunch, and we will reconvene at 1 p.m. I think you're welcome to just bring your lunch and stay and chat until 1 p.m. And then we will have our business meeting. And again, everyone is more than welcome to attend and see from the kind of business side, like the nitty-gritty details of what we're doing. So that's all from me.
Thank you, Olga.
Okay, can you repeat okay, what time shall we come back?
1 o'clock, 1 p.m.
Okay, 1 p.m. Okay.
Your time, it will be like -3 hours?
No, 2 hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
-2 hours. We have right now 2
Yeah,
hours
so
difference.
it's
Okay.
11. Yeah, okay.
Hawaii doesn't change. Honolulu doesn't change time, I know, right?
Yeah, no daylight saving.
No daylight saving. And the same with
Yeah.
Lafayette, Indiana. There are 2 singularities in the United States.
Yeah, I don't like this idea, it's just confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, see you. Yeah.
Thank you, Olga.